Hey, this is just Ben on the front end, here to tell you to give the podcast a rating if you don't mind, and follow it or subscribe to it on whatever you're listening to this on. If you want to send us an email, we'll read it and maybe talk about it on the show. It's deadensigns@gmail.com, and we got a Twitter. Anyway, if you could do all that, please. That'd be really nice. Bye, enjoy the show.
Simon & Schuster AudioWorks presents Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I actually agree with the Beatles.
Yeah, you
Hello everybody. This week we're doing it early because I feel like the main topic of discussion will overshadow it. So I'll do it before the intro.
It's so huge. It's so epic. You know the other
topics. There's so much to talk about in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're going to be going frame by frame when we get to it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, Beatlemania continues. I actually agree with the Beatles.
Yeah.
I think we should kill the tax man. I was thinking, man, going into this, tax man, am I going to do the same joke about how this song is weird? Unfortunately, no. I actually agree with them. I think they're correct. The tax man is evil.
Yeah.
He comes along and he takes the money that you've earned. And for what? And for what, at the end of the day?
Yeah, exactly.
Social services?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Social services that might help somebody named Eleanor Rigby not be depressed and die.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the taxman is evil, and I do agree with that.
It's kind of evil. But you know what's interesting? Is that they hate the taxes. They hate paying the taxes.
Yeah.
They hate the idea of, a socialist country to live in.
Yeah. After being a huge success and selling, millions of albums, they're like, wait a minute, I could
Hold on. Hey,
like
some of this money's disappearing from my wallet.
Yeah,
I'm only
left with pittance, after the taxman comes,
3 songs later, they have a song called "I'm Only Sleeping," in which they're like, "I don't want to work. I just want to hang out and sleep and take LSD and just chill and whatever." And it's like, well, which is it? Huh? You don't want to pay taxes to support this kind of lifestyle for people, but you want it for yourself?
Because they work for it.
You can't.
They work for it.
They work hard by making great songs like Yellow Submarine, in which everybody lives in a yellow submarine under the water and everybody's having fun.
And then they make they make a cartoon out of it and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting that Yellow Submarine is the first Ringo song. It really paints a picture for who he is at the end of the day,
Yeah, would you mean like because they just let him now to make a song out of
No, but the kind of song that he makes. Up until now, pretty much every song has been like, I have a girl.
Oh yeah,
the girl is making me mad, but I love her.
Yep,
and I'll keep loving her gently and violently.
Yeah,
or like there was a girl and she left me and now she's with a guy and I'm gonna murder the guy.
I'm gonna murder the guy, yeah.
And then I'm gonna murder her and then I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
Songs like that. But then here we come, Revolver.
Do you think Ringo, while he's playing these like songs like the I want to kill her new boyfriend stuff, he's like just wide-eyed like doing his like
he's imagining in a different world. He's imagining like, what if we all lived on a yellow submarine? Wouldn't it be weird if we all lived underwater?
Yeah. There was an octopus's garden down there.
There was an octopus's garden down in the water. Yellow submarine.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean yellow submarine, Ringo? Yellow submarine, peace and love, peace and love.
Peace and love.
It's funny that they start with Taxman and you're kind of like very specific message in this song.
Yeah, it's very.
But then they knew what they were doing. They were like, we can't come out the gate with Eleanor Rigby, the heater.
Mm-hmm.
We need something to throw them off a bit. So somebody's starting the new Beatles record. They're like, oh, that one's a little weird. What do you mean that, okay, you're like millionaires. You don't want to pay taxes? You don't want to pay taxes. You don't want Eleanor Rigby. Whoa, hold on. I'm forgetting about the tax stuff now. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're onto something about that tax shit. Maybe actually we do need to put a stop to it.
Yeah, maybe it's subliminal messaging,
Yeah, I think so. It's like they sneak in little messages here and there amidst stuff you like to make you think, oh, you know what? Maybe I agree with the stuff.
Maybe I should burn down the tax office, Imagine being...
Yeah.
Is the Beatles... Would you say the Beatles is this kind of music that could radicalize people?
No.
No, well...
I think generally the kind of people that are crazy for the Beatles are like... I feel like they're the kind of people that will do whatever the Beatles say.
Yeah.
But they don't really actually hold any of their beliefs to heart.
No.
So if something bigger for them comes along, then they'll stop caring.
Okay.
That's how I see it personally. I think they would not firebomb, a tax office.
Yeah. But they would sing a song about burning down the tax
HRMC office. I think they would sing a song and they would be like, "Yeah, Ringo, play those drums." He doesn't know what he's thinking. He's thinking about Purple Octopus and Yellow Submarine. And they'd be like, "Yes, George Harrison. Yeah. Yes, you're so right, sir." Yeah. But then once he starts handing out the pipe bombs, they're going, aren't you guys going to play Eleanor Rigby? I thought that was after Taxman, right? Eleanor Rigby, everybody. Eleanor Rigby.
Yeah. No, you're going to be our tools of the revolution, man.
It's a good-ass song, though, Eleanor Rigby.
Yeah, it is a good song. It's a classic.
Good-ass song.
What else did you like? The Revolver.
It's depressing. It's like Eleanor Rigby was a sad ass bitch. The priest was working in the church. Eleanor Rigby died because she was sad and alone. The priest was like, "Damn, ain't that fucked up?" Huh? What else did I like? I'm gonna be honest. A lot of the thing that comes from this, we're recording this a day later. A lot of the thing that comes from this for me is that I talk about it on the day that I listen to it. So a lot of it's fresh in my mind. Very little of this is fresh in my mind. So I'm kind of like, oh yeah, man, she said, what did she do? Crazy what she said, huh? I don't remember what that's.
You don't take notes? Well, I thought this is a professional podcast.
I do, but the thing is, also on the down low, I listen to them at work. So I make notes on my phone if I can do it without anybody seeing me. But if I feel like I'm looking at my phone too much, I'm like, well, this one's going to be a just wing it.
Well, I haven't listened to this either. Because I had other stuff to
This is why we're opening with this bit instead of like doing it kind of like halfway through like usual, because I know it's going to be like 8 minutes or so. And then I'm going to go, hello and welcome to Dead Ensigns, Star Trek based general media podcast. Finally, we have Star Trek to talk about this week.
Back.
We'll get to that. We're back. We're so back, baby.
We're putting on our cosplay, our uniforms back on.
Yeah, I've been wearing it for the last 2 days since they dropped this trailer, man. There's so much meat in there to get to as well, but we'll get to that. I'm Ben. This is Max.
Yeah, it's me.
Thank you for joining us. But yeah, Revolver. Oh, I remember finishing it and thinking, I like that. Not as much. I think I preferred Rubber Soul.
Okay.
I think I was kind of a Rubber Soul, but maybe that's just because it had that first initial change.
Yeah.
That turned me, and now this is like more in that direction, which is good, but it doesn't have that hook of being a bit different from the previous thing. So I'm kind of like,
this is them still finding themselves
still finding themselves. But man, next up, is the Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club. I can't wait to find out of the lore of Sergeant Pepper.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Sergeant Pepper.
I'm gonna my next Halloween costume is gonna be Sergeant Pepper.
Should we all dress as the different Sergeant Pepper Beatles?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a walrus for the next Halloween. That's a good like not a couples but like a group costume where you all wear the like different costumes on the album cover.
Yeah,
that's gonna be my next costume.
like a gigantic group.
Yeah, you gotta have a team. You're organizing your friends like,
Edgar
come
Allan
on, let's
Poe
go,
show,
let's go. We got 5. We're out in 5.
Do a Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band themed party.
Yeah,
and you better hope that you only have. You better hope that you have at least one black guest coming.
Oh yeah.
Or else somebody's going to be dressing inappropriately if I'm reading this cover art correctly for Sergeant Pepper's Lonely
that's
Hearts
fine
Club
though,
Band.
because you can say that it's like I'm just reflecting the spirit of the cover. It's not my fault that I have no black friends.
I'm sorry, everybody, but we wanted to recreate the cover for Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. What a mouthful. This shit sucks, man. I'm already pissed off at this album.
Someone is tries to go boo, you got wearing blackface, and you take out the album and you go, no, wait a minute.
I'm reading the background. I'm reading a background quote on. I'm not going to get too into it because I haven't listened to this album yet. I'm reading a background quote.
Building up hype.
Sergeant Pepper, and it says, "We were fed up with being this is from Paul McCartney. We were fed up with being the Beatles. We really hated that fucking 4 little mop top approach. We were not boys, we were men, and thought of ourselves as artists rather than just performers." Brother, you made this album 3 years after you started in the game.
Well,
they're 3 years into the Beatle phenomenon. They're fuck that, fuck you, fuck you. We're more than that.
Quickly.
Yeah, that's very true. Especially when you're the Beatles.
Yeah, especially, yeah.
And you say shit like being bigger than God and all that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
which personally I don't agree with. I think they should be shot. I think they should be put down like a dog.
Yeah, they should be crucified as a classic.
Then then they'd fucking learn a thing or two about real sacrifice. But that's enough of the Beatles now. Anyway, again, I really want to draw it out because it's until April 4th, we're not going to have anything else to talk about.
No, we'll find
we're going to have a whole month of no Star Trek stuff to talk about. So let's draw it out.
It would just
Max, how was your week?
It could be better. Yeah.
Well,
it happens. Life happens. Things pop out on your body.
Bro, you did some serious adulting.
Yeah, I had to adult my way back into health,
I had to
adult again, Go to doctors and stuff. It's always nice to deal with. Well, I'm suffering right now. Oh, can you come in a week time? Sure. And I know I'm saying that I'm complaining, but it's a bit
when they say can you come in a week time, you say no, I can't. I'm in pain. And they go, well, all right, then let me bump somebody else.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, I should have just
because that's how the system works now.
Yeah.
Didn't you learn anything from the Northern Lion video?
Northern Lion legacy of two bacterial infections.
2 bacterial infections. You gotta fucking play that shit.
Yeah.
The game is rigged, unfortunately.
It's a survival
there's no changing it.
The complainers,
What did you think Charles Manson was talking about?
What was he talking about?
Hey, didn't he say something about the game being rigged? Maybe, I don't know.
I think that I think that was Fallout New Vegas. I think you're mistaken.
You know what? Genuinely,
Benny from Fallout New Vegas.
Genuinely, I think I remembered the thing Benny says about game being rigged from the start, and he says it in the same cadence that Charles Manson does in those interviews. Where he's like, "I'm the devil. I'm fire and brimstone. I'm what goes bump in the night."
You might be right.
Game was rigged from the start, man.
Yeah, well,
and my brain crossed wires. Yeah, I was thinking of Benny from Fallout New Vegas. Yeah. Anyway, don't you remember what Benny from Fallout New Vegas said? Game was rigged from the start. Anyway, that aside, how was your week? Did you watch anything?
I watched some garbage again.
Hey.
I watched Raw.
Monday Night Raw?
The Lion movie. The Wild Cats movie. Have you ever heard of that? It's like a classic bad movie sort of thing.
No.
It's a movie where they basically recorded it's an hour and 30 minutes, which I was surprised about, honestly. feature length, and it's this guy that wait, what is she called? Let me just get the actual cast. I always forget what she's called. She's Tippi Hedren and her husband. They were like crazy about, Tippi Hedren is the birds lady, Hitchcock.
Oh right,
lady.
yeah. Uh-huh.
And they were like very like mad with love about big cats, and they basically started buying cats in in America, and they started to like just collect them rescue rescuing them quotation marks and and they basically had this idea of like, oh, we want to make a movie to spread kind of like what is it called, like knowledge of like awareness of like the poaching of these big cats. So we're going to put them in like this big small little ranch that we built, and we're going to make basically a home movie, because this movie has barely any plot, because it's genuinely, they just put a bunch of actors in rooms and like in areas with wild cats that aren't trained, so they had to just act around the fact that like a lion would like walk in and start like pouncing on them or something like that, or there's a scene where it's just insane. Like, so this movie feels like you're watching it, and it at times feels like you're watching snuff, like something bad is going to happen, basically.
You're constantly tense about
that. You're constantly tense about that, because there's a scene, it's an insane scene, basically, because these lions and animals, it's like insane. I think it was like over even like 200 or something like that, like insane number. Like it was like an insane number of wild cats. It's like lions, tigers, pumas, black panthers. Like, it's bizarre, And there's a scene where they're just, at some, like wild cats, they're just that don't know each other, right? They might have lived with each other. They just like we'll just fight randomly, right? And the director and the main actor, Jerry Marshall, it was his ranch, and so he played the main character because he had the most, like, they were the least likely to kill him, basically, because he kind of actually lived with them for a while. And
you can get away with fucking with them because kind of, this guy gives us food.
A little bit. The percentage fell by 5% when he did stuff, of dying, that sort of thing. But there's a scene where, the cats start fighting, and it's like fucking 4 lions, right? Bashing each other. And he gets up and starts running at them, going like, stop, like, like saying like telling them to stop, and like trying to get kind of not between them, but he's like around them, like jumping around. And he like slaps one of the cats like on the backside, trying to kind of get his attention. And you can just see the lion just turn around, go on his hind legs, and just slap him with his hand. Like you could see that it was even like full force, basically. And he like falls back, and you can see his hand just open with blood.
Damn.
And I like it's just his reaction is so fucked up. Like he looks at his hand that's like ripped, you could blood spewing out of it. He looks at it, you can see him process it for 1 second, what he's seeing, and then just push it to the back of his mind. And then continue going like, stop, It's like, and you're watching this, and you're exactly like, you're constantly at like, something bad is going to fucking happen, And it is an hour and 30 minutes, and it surprisingly goes by fast. Although there is barely any plot, because they can't really do a plot. They ADR, of course, like a bunch of like lines to try to kind of make a plot out of the movie. But yeah, it's a lot of people just got fucking like hurt. Like, I think it's over 70 injuries happened during the filming of the movie. He
Sounds
developed
less
gangrene
than-
at one point.
Sounds less than I would expect, to be
Yeah,
honest.
because like after the initial casting and getting some actors in, like basically they had to rotate the crew constantly because people were quitting. So yeah, it's like people got scalped by the lions at one point. You know, like it's insane. You know, it's and it's on YouTube. You can watch it in its entirety on YouTube. So if anyone's curious, you can just type Roar movie into YouTube, watch it in its entirety, because I don't know if anyone owns the rights, honestly, to it anymore. But it's interesting. Like, there's the biggest summary of that movie, kind of the scene that kind of summarizes that movie for me is the initial scene of the movie where he kind of gets on his bike, on like a motorbike, and he starts driving through the savannah, right, on his bike. And there are these giraffes galloping, you know? And he's like beside them, you know? He's like riding beside them as they're running. And he probably thinks, oh, this is so majestic, you know? Like, I'm part of this, you know, this animal kingdom, you know? I'm part of nature, you know? But like, what I took out of that scene is like this poor giraffe like being chased by a motorbike and trying to get away from it, you know, and just galloping as fast as it can away from this person while it can't get away, you know.
Well, that's the beauty of nature, is that you can interpret anything you want from an animal, basically.
Exactly, you know.
You can think whatever you want about the actions that they take. You can say it's a positive thing or a negative thing. You know?
And it does smell of that, like, you know, this movie was, the initial budget was like 4 million, something like that. Still huge, because I think they kind of just wanted to keep it for themselves and like kind of do private viewings of it. But then the budget ballooned to 17 million, so they had to actually release it. And it does smell of the, you know, the kind of like a weird phenomenon, I guess you can call it, of like, you know what? I have this money. I need to help people with this. Like, I need to help using this money, but I'm gonna do it my way. You know?
Sure.
I'm going to do it my way, on my terms. You know? I
mean,
know exactly how to do it. You know?
It certainly sounds more enlightening than Tiger King. I can tell you that much. Hey, yo.
Yeah,
Remember
I guess.
that one, everybody.
Yeah, and I don't think any of those animals, like, you know, compared to Tiger King, I don't know. If any of those animals got hurt, you know, and making of this, it was more humans getting hurt, you know. But at the same time, putting animals in where they don't really belong is also a form of abuse, right?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Yeah. If you want to give it a watch, it is one of the tensest movies ever made, I think, because it literally could result, like, any scene could basically come down to just someone getting murdered, if, you know. Yeah, it's good. If anyone, it's a good viewing. So, yeah.
Well, I had a slightly different week. I watched a movie called The Taste of Things, which was very good, but much too adult in its plotting, in its composition, you know.
What do you mean by adult?
It was slow, nothing. It was just people talking in French, and cooking, and, you know, fuck that. So basically, I've decided I'm going to regress into a child.
Okay, yeah,
I've already started on some mental regression stuff.
I'm going to slowly smoke my cigarette, and he was just, and it's like 5 minutes of him smoking a cigarette.
This. No, it's 5 minutes of them cooking like some food, and I'm like, brother, I don't even like cooking for myself. You think I'm gonna watch a movie and be like, woo, yeah, let's go.
Get the fuck out of it. Would it be more interesting? They have the attention deficit version of the movie, and they replace the movie with him taking a TV dinner and putting it in a microwave, and then pressing clink.
Yeah, the attention deficit version of The Taste of Things.
Yeah.
She knows his favorite Deliveroo DoorDash orders.
I love
she knows exactly what he wants on Uber Eats, and she orders it for him. And then he's like, You know, I don't know if I want you to keep ordering me Uber Eats or I want to marry you.
Yeah, we should.
I want both. I wish for both.
We should pitch that, like an ADD version of movies. You have the director's cut, you have the normal cut, you know, the initial release cut. You have the ADD cut, and then you know
it's like 40 minutes shorter.
Yeah,
it's twice as fast.
Yeah, there is like a scene that's kind of crucial to the plot. But
it's brighter and more colorful.
Yeah, they put kinetic sand clip
it has
in there.
lots more. No, I don't think you need. Here's the thing: you don't want to just start putting other clips of other things in there because that's played. That's played out. At that point, you're just making it something to put on TikTok. What you need to do is put way more needle drops in there.
Oh yeah.
You need to put lots and lots of like licensed music coming in at like perfect moments. The whole movie is now like 30 minutes long. It's on 1.5 times speed.
Yeah.
And everybody says their lines louder.
Yeah.
And the subtitles are on. They're hard-coded into
you can't.
The subtitles are on, they're hard-coded in, and they move around every now and then. To keep you engaged.
Do they slowly change position, or do they just appear on a different
every
part
now
of
and
the
then
screen?
They'll just be in a different part of the screen for like 5 minutes. Then 5 minutes later they'll move to a different part of the screen.
Nice. So it's like a little game for you to kind of follow the actual subtitles of the movie.
Exactly.
It's I think you can pitch that. You can pitch that.
So we're gonna do that, but but because of that, I've decided I'm gonna regress mentally into that of a child. To do this, I'm doing two things. One, I watched a children's animated movie yesterday that is Oscar nominated.
Wow.
Two, I've started reading a children's book series.
Ah, okay, that's good.
So I watched a movie called Nimona yesterday. It's an animated film. It was pretty good. There was a lot of really nice animation in there. Wasn't a huge fan of the character acting in a lot of parts. I think the voice acting for a couple of the main cast was pretty bad too, in that it's not super emotive, and it's a little stilted and awkward. Has the vibe of like somebody who doesn't voice act. Voice acting, like somebody who does a lot of like, you know, like acting, like with their full body and everything, you know, like actual acting in a film or a TV show, but they're not doing any voice acting, so they sound lost, like they don't know how to properly convey stuff without being able to
see
emote
it
with their face or move their body.
That's interesting.
So that kind of sucked, but you know, overall, it's a fine kids film.
How many movies have you got left for your Oscar journey?
You don't have to worry about that. I'll make it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I didn't watch this because of the Oscars thing. I just put it on because it's a movie I was meaning to watch. And I was doing something yesterday, so I was like, I'll put on the movie and then I can do a bit of both.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it was pretty. They put it for free on YouTube, apparently. Netflix. They just put the whole movie on YouTube because they were like, fuck it.
Yeah, we don't make any money anyway.
They'll probably make more like YouTube Kids revenue off of the film than what they will do in like views on Netflix. So
that's pretty
I wonder
sad.
what it's sitting at, actually. I'm gonna go to YouTube and type in Nimona. Let's see.
I
can't see the full movie on here. Did they take it off?
Yeah, they gave it a taste.
Is it like
Early adopters?
It's like an America only thing, maybe.
I don't know if you can you reach unlock videos on YouTube? I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think you can. I think I remember some of them popping up like that, especially with like news articles stuff. I think.
There's a Cinema Sins. All right. Well, I can't see the full movie on YouTube now.
But you can watch. But you can just watch Cinema Sins, and you basically get the plot, right?
Another thing, this is a minor nitpick, but I didn't like how every character has like a gigantic pupil and a little iris. And then it takes up a lot of their eye space. It'll make everybody look like a cat, you know.
Maybe that's the point. I don't know what the movie is about.
Maybe. Either way, I didn't like it.
And that comes strong from you're dissing some other animator's work right there.
Okay. they can diss my work if they like. That's fine.
Okay.
It's called
Just saying.
What the hell? It's called the free forum of ideas and conversation and whatever.
Market space of ideas.
People can say free marketplace of ideas and thoughts and criticisms.
But it's it's good that you're regressing. Honestly, you don't have to call it a regression. Maybe you're just catching up on stuff.
It's progression but backwards.
Yeah, because it's like you technically didn't regress, you just added onto the stack.
No, but it's not. I also want to become a child.
Oh, okay.
Mentally, I also would like to be simpler because the world is too scary for me now.
Because I was thinking that,
which is why I've also started reading Redwall.
Yeah, because I thought you had I missed out on green eggs and ham. I might as well, catch up on that, read that.
Yeah, I need to catch up. I've got Dr. Zeus books in my backlog. I was gonna, the things you'll see. I've been meaning to get around to that one. Green Eggs and Ham, obviously. The Grinch. Don't spoil. I've been avoiding all the movies and everything because I want to see it in chronological order first. So
yeah,
don't spoil it. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll watch the Grinch stuff as soon as I finish the book. But I started reading Redwall.
Yeah.
Book about the mice.
Yeah.
What I'm getting so far is that you should be wary of foreigners.
Ooh, that's a well,
you have your community, all right, and they have their community, and if they start coming and trying to encroach on you, well, you gotta be careful.
Yeah. Was this made into a cartoon at some point? I feel like I watched this TV series, yeah. But I don't remember any of it. Just remember the animation.
There's you're the mice, and you're friends with, badgers, other mice, hedgehogs, all these people, rabbits and whatnot. And if big evil rats come along, from the ships and start invading our land,
they're covered in disease.
Then you gotta be careful. You gotta put a stop to them. Any way you can. Any way you can.
Oh, you gotta fight for what's yours.
You really do in this Redwall world of ours.
Reading age 8 to 12. Well, you fit that demographic.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm getting there. I'm working hard.
You're building your initial set of thinly veiled, kind of political opinions that later down the line will turn into actual opinions. Yeah.
Do you want to know my actual reasoning for reading Redwall?
No.
Okay.
No, I said yes. I wanted to say yes, and for some reason I said no. I think that was a Freudian slip of some sort. I don't know why.
I have a feeling in my mind. I have a belief in my mind that good children's writing, and good tabletop RPG writing are very overlapping Venn diagrams.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of aspects about good children's writing specifically that are also important for good writing of tabletop RPGs of any age.
Yeah, you're because your players in the end just want to go, we did it. We succeeded.
A little bit. I think a little bit. People just want to be able to not necessarily just have a good story, but have a good story that they feel like they can sculpt a bit more,
Yeah.
And also there's a lot of telling, that it doesn't allow you to fill in the blanks too much. You describe a scene very vividly to help nurture the idea, like the creative aspect of like prose writing and everything in a child, you know, and nurture their ability to visualize stuff creatively, you know, based on what's written. And I think that's the same for writing tabletop RPGs. And also, your players will always miss shit.
Well,
you know? So you gotta highlight things. You really gotta like bury the lead on it.
Yeah, you know.
So that's my theory, and I'm gonna read Redwall because I know it's a book that a lot of people like. Conceptually, I find that stuff very endearing. Woodland creature anthropomorphized stuff. Because secretly I'm a closeted furry.
Furry, yeah.
But I don't want that getting out, obviously.
Yeah,
no, I think
well,
mice
I'll cut
is.
it out.
I think. Thank you very much.
I'll beep it out. Actually, we'll just say I'm a, and then beep.
I'm a closeted, and then
beep.
silence, and then come back in. No, I think mice are endearing protagonists. I like the world. I like that kind of setting, so I was like,
you like did you go on the Redwall wiki and start reading the lore on different characters?
Is there a Redwall wiki? Let's find out.
Well, can you say? Did you go like on which floor is the Redwall? On which floor of the backrooms is the Redwall world? I guess you know. Did Redwall get added to the backrooms?
Yep.
Do you think that's a bad thing? Like, do you think that those sort of stories, like Redwall, like any sort of like just kids stories, right, that you would read as a kid, are kind of getting replaced by that sort of stuff, like Backrooms, you know, SCP, you know, all that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Harry Potter,
yes.
like even Harry Potter, let's be honestly, is a children's book after all, still.
I think there are I'm not going to say that there are too many creatives in the sense that less people should express themselves. But I think there are too many avenues for creative jobs now for people that I think the current system that we live in cannot support.
Yeah.
So I think there is lots of like crap out there.
So do you think that people will get their like kind of creative like reading stuff, like I don't know what to call it, but like this kind of, you know, the same like that experience of reading stuff and stuff from a book, will just kind of open source it to like that sort of community.
You read SCP Wiki.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, it'll be like less. If you won't have like a singular vision of like a story unfolding, right? Where you will read a Stephen King book or something. You have his style that, you know, permeates throughout the entire, you know, whatever, 500 pages, whatever, how many pages
Instead,
of the book.
you read like 700 different people writing SCP entries where 90% of the words are them like redacting shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's interesting. I just felt like,
oh my god.
Yeah,
I think it's happened for a while. It's something I find kind of alien, not as a part of. I'm not judging it. You know, people can enjoy whatever they want, but I've never understood it. Is fan fiction? You know.
I was never a big fan fiction dude.
Like there are a lot of people that use it as their primary source of like reading entertainment.
Yeah.
I just I've never had that itch. I've never fully understood it. I've always been like,
yeah. I don't mind people, like I don't mind it either. I can see why people kind of want to do it, but at the same time, you know, do you think there's a lot of people that read fan fiction of stuff without having read or like watched the original thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well,
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, because there are a lot of people that get, especially nowadays, because of the way that you can engage with communities and find communities online. You can get into something without ever having like really engaged with it personally. You know. Like, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is a really good example now, where people can, like, get really into it and really into the characters just based on, like, their perception of it, based on other people's perception presented through social media, you know?
Yeah.
I think I see that a lot now with Dungeon Meshi. You know, that show, I see that a lot more recently because the anime came out.
The anime, yeah.
So people, whenever an anime version of the anime adaptation of something comes out, it gets way bigger and people are posting about it because it becomes more accessible. And then people who don't engage with it see it and they start to build up a perception of it that they can engage with without engaging with, you know?
Yeah.
They can see it and kind of get a sense of like, oh, I guess these are the characters and this is their relationship, but then they don't. You don't have to watch the show. You just have that perception. It becomes its own separate entity that people can take part in.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's interesting. Do you think?
So I think similarly, yeah. I don't think that is the end of. I don't think that's what causes the end of like. Classic literature for like children,
apocalyptic event.
But I think it does create an atmosphere where it's like, I mean, there's too much choice nowadays, I guess, you know? Like fucking there's 8 billion different like young adult novels.
Yeah, definitely.
That you can get into, 8 billion different sci-fi books, fantasy books, young adult books. It's like you're kind of spoiled for choice. So it's almost like, well, maybe instead of like looking at reviews and thinking about what I want to spend my money on, I'll just read some SCPs. I'll read the villains wiki and find out what interesting villains have been made up today. I don't know, I'm just
the
speculating.
Time Man. The Beetle Man. But yeah, do you think our engagement with the Beatles is some sort of fan fiction? Where we go like, oh, they're freaks. Ooh, they drive the bus and it turns into a mecha, you know, or something like that. Do you think that's sort of the...
I think in a sense it is. Yeah. I think we do...
We're a bunch of freaks,
we do create that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in a sense that we do create that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we are a part of that system. We present an understanding of the Beatles as a form of entertainment that people can engage with, even if they've not been into the Beatles, you know?
Yeah. Once, you know, they say when you look into the Beatles, the Beatles will look back on you, into you, you know? Yeah. It happens, you know? And you can't stop it. So, you know, it's great. But what else? I guess we want to talk about the big thing that you actually want to talk about.
I mean, we spent a while talking about other stuff that I was almost tempted to leave it for the last 5 minutes and be like, the moment you've all been waiting for, this trailer. Nothing happens in it. Anyway, thanks for listening. But now you brought it up. The Star Trek discussion. Dude, last week, 1 week ago, what did we talk about? Two big things. One... We didn't even touch on the second thing. One,
how much we were like, horned up for Discovery or Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly. First, we were like, we need more Discovery stuff to talk about because we can't wait for season 5. Second thing, we were joking about Beatles biopic. What did they announce this week? 4 Beatles biopics about each one of the Beatles.
We have we had a premonition.
We had a moment of premonition, prophecy.
We looked at the coffee and we just said DTB in the coffee. But
for Ringo Starr movie coming soon. Whoa.
Just write the entire thing written in there.
But yeah, lo and behold, we're like, oh, as this trailer for Discovery, fucking like 5-ish days later, here it is. Yeah. And you know what? We've watched it twice now each. And we're gonna play it again now, and we're gonna go through it. We're gonna do a non-visual breakdown of the trailer, which I'm sure everybody wants. So yeah, let's find out what is Star Trek Discovery Season 5 going to be about.
Do you want to do a count in for us?
I've just started playing it, man.
All right, Jesus Christ.
It has been a hell. I'm gonna pause it every now and then. It has been a hell of a journey. the ship is flying towards the thing in the clouds.
The Disney
Paramount
castle.
Plus original, the Disney castle. Everything ends someday, Burnham says. She's so right. Is she going to be doing anything else after this show? Who knows?
The Star Trek curse might
maybe.
She's strong
Who
enough
is
to...
Sonequa Martin Green? Do you do anything else? What do you do, lady? I don't know if I've ever seen anything that you're in. I'm looking at Wikipedia at the moment.
You stopped then.
I paused. I'm looking at Wikipedia right now.
You should have just shared your screen.
How about I do that right now?
This is how you make professional podcasts, by the way.
It is.
I'm not going to cut any of this out. If you want to make a podcast, you can make it. You can do it. You can do it better than us, probably.
Holiday Rush.
2019.
The Outside Story.
Yeah. Sure.
The Brick.
Space Jam? All right.
She was apparently in Camilla James in Space Jam: A New Legacy. Is that supposed to be LeBron James' wife in the show?
I don't know.
LeBron's wife, Camilla James.
Oh,
correct.
well. She did it something.
Television. She was in Star Trek Discovery and the many shows she's been in afterwards, like After Trek and The Ready Room. Well, you know, she was in great video games like Star Trek Online.
Well,
she was
Fast and
apparently
Furious Crossroads, nice.
The Invincible cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
When did Star Trek start? 2017.
Jesus Christ.
She's been in Invincible as one character since then. Holiday Rush.
You already said
The Outside Story.
You're saying the same things again.
I'm just recapping. Space Jam: A New Legacy and My Dead Friend Zoe.
Well, upcoming...
American war comedy drama film written by Kyle Houseman Stokes and A.J. Bermudez.
Well...
You know what?
You know.
She's apparently the lead role.
Well, maybe it's a good movie.
Best of luck to you.
Hopefully the Star Trek curse will not... She will do like Beyond Belief, but, you know...
Hopefully you are untouched. We're not feeling like a lot of these people are gonna go untouched from the Star Trek.
Maybe. Because like they have to do a Sir Patrick Stewart where they have to have a market, like a different market they can escape into, right?
Yeah, one where Star Trek isn't as big.
Yeah, exactly. They can
like
escape
the UK.
the curse.
Wait, no, you can't nowadays though. That worked in the 90s.
Yeah, you're right.
That
actually.
shit doesn't work now.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That shit doesn't work now. What has Shazad Latif done since Star Trek?
Yeah, because he's
actually not a bad amount, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually not.
Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance.
Oh, no, wait, he was Vok. That's it.
Yeah.
He was Vok.
Yeah, because he was the voice.
The Vok, more like, am I right? Yeah. Mary Wiseman. Not done a great deal. She was in Marriage Story. I mean, I saw the movie.
She's a theater actor in the fucking Marriage Story.
She's
was
in
a background
Karaoke Bros as herself.
As the Star Trek Discovery cast.
We gotta start Star Trek Online.
No, I don't want to get my address leaked somehow after someone penetrates the Star Trek Online firewall that's made of cardboard, probably, and they're gonna.
Dude, but they got so many expansion packs: Legacy of Romulus, Delta Rising, Agents of Yesterday. Victory is Life.
Archer. Archer was an agent of Yesterday, technically.
Dude, they haven't done an expansion for this game in 6 years.
People are still playing it. It'd be cool though. Like Star Trek would make such a cool RPG. No, I guess it sucks.
Anyway,
we really need to stream Star Trek Academy at some point.
There's Saru. And his GF, his Klingon girlfriend, Book. He got out of prison.
Klingon girlfriend?
Vulcan girlfriend.
Vulcan girlfriend.
I said it wrong. Give me a break. Yeah. It's been 5 years.
You don't remember the different races from Star Trek.
Fuck that, dude. Book is out of prison.
Yeah.
They got over it.
Yeah.
They were like, all right, you nearly blew up that other race.
He got out for good behavior.
April 4th. Yes, the treasure, dude, the greatest treasure in the galaxy.
Put on the subtitles so I can actually hear
I
what
can't.
you're talking.
They're unavailable.
I could do it. Jesus. All right, doesn't matter. Yeah, continue.
Dude, they're doing a sliding puzzle
They're
in
doing
a box.
sliding puzzle.
Their final adventure begins. Look, they're going around some mysterious planets, and look at these strange beings.
Who are these guys? Do we remember who these guys are?
That's somebody.
Are they? The only thing I could think of is, could they be Soliban from fucking, or are they not?
I don't know. Let's see.
Because I feel like we've seen them
pause.
before.
Okay.
Like these green guys. Who the fuck were they? I feel like they were someone that, and I just can't figure out who the fuck they were.
I don't know. I don't know who they are. They're looking for clues for the treasure.
Again?
They're looking for Space Blackbeard's treasure. There's so much action, so many amazing set pieces, Book's weird ship that comes apart. Do you see the weird baby? The weird laser baby thing?
Oh. Is it a baby? It just looks like a monster.
I thought it looked like a strange... It's like a monster, yeah, it's more of a monster.
You did make it a lot less appealing to you because there's no laser firing baby now.
I thought laser baby would be more interesting. Burnham has to say goodbye to everybody, I guess. Which means somebody might be... Does she have to leave? Does she have to, like, leave, do you think?
She's going to go to get her own spin-off series. He's just going to continue Discovery. We cancel Discovery, but we'll make a new series that's basically Discovery again. But the same cast, Sarah's going to be there and stuff. Dilly, but we're just going to, call it like Star Trek Beyond or something like that. We're just going to steal the title from the J.J. Abrams movie. Why not?
Star Trek Burnham. Star Trek Fire.
Discovery. It could be found Star Trek.
Star Trek.
After you discover somebody, you find it.
Dude, each one of these seasons of Discovery have been about them discovering something, First season, they had to discover the mushrooms for the spore drive. Second season, they discovered that the captain was evil. Second season, they had to discover the mystery of the Red Angel or whatever it was.
Oh my god, that was so stupid.
And the Klingon time crystals.
So stupid. Oh, I can't.
Season 3, they had to discover how to live they had to discover what the burn was.
Mm-hmm.
And they discovered the dilithium planet and the dilithium boy.
Yeah.
They discovered a whole new galaxy in season 4, and now in season 5 they're discovering the space treasure.
Mm-hmm. Fuck.
Dude, they did.
It's
what's the thought process here? We got the last season of sci-fi adventure, bureaucratic sci-fi adventure show.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hates this show that we're doing. They've hated every choice we've made every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
What should our last season be? How about they go on an uncharted adventure across space? They need to find the One Piece in space, dude.
Yeah.
They have to find Treasure Planet.
They just do Treasure Planet.
That
would be so cool.
That'd be kind of cool, man. Here's the thing. It might be fun. Who knows? You never know until you watch it, obviously. But it's really funny to me that it's like, fuck it. You know what?
Figure out what this alien is. I've just desperate to find out who
it's a Star Trek green guy. You know what they're going to do in the episode? They're going to say, "Oh, it's the Bagley-Ox. They're also looking for the special space treasure." And then you'll move on and you'll be like, "Oh, it was the Bagley-Ox." You know what? Make a point now. We'll come back to it later when the show's out in like a month, and we'll say whether you're satisfied or not.
Yeah, because I was thinking there's Solomon from Star Trek Enterprise, but I feel like no one ever mentions Star Trek Enterprise except for fucking the biggest balls of Star Trek Strange New Worlds going like, we're a big fans of Archer and stuff because they're the first crew that actually went to the fucking space, undiscovered space.
They
and
stopped
I was like,
Space 9/11.
Yeah, they stopped.
They destroyed Space Al-Qaeda.
Yeah, exactly, and it's fucking... I respect that show for not ignoring Star Trek Discovery, honestly. And and I was thinking, maybe Solomon. Star Trek Enterprise. They ignored Star Trek Discovery because it wasn't out yet. It wasn't a thing. Oh no, it was out.
It was. What are you talking about? Bro?
Yeah, and they
Dude, you're all over the place.
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
This one alien has rattled you. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Did Pike appear in Discovery? He did at one point, right?
Yeah, it was in the beginning, the second season.
Yeah, because he was like, no more holograms.
Yeah, and they had the whole subplot of Spock being Burnham's brother, and how she, right before she disappeared into the future, she was like, "You have to find the complete opposite kind of person to you, who is macho and gruff and a little too much, a little overbearing, maybe a little too lackadaisical with his work. Maybe his name starts with a K.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like
a
Crit,
free spirit
or
some sort.
Crack or Kurt or something.
Wears yellow but then red afterwards.
You find him and you attach yourself to him like a leech.
Yeah,
you suck him dry, both figuratively and literally.
He's gonna be your soulmate, a true soulmate. You can't be
bye.
in a relationship.
See ya.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "I never had a sister, actually."
Yeah. No, I never had a sister. The biggest thing
what happened
is
to the spore drive? What happened to Discovery? We don't know. It's gone. Where did it go? Where to boldly go, and no man has gone before, no person has gone before.
Yeah.
And then they stopped the burn. You remember the burn?
Yeah. I feel
the burn.
Honestly, like when it initially happened, I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." The idea of like this apocalyptic event happening. It's like, how does
now
this
you have to be careful,
but
Max.
Then it just completely fucked it.
Max, you have to be careful. Every single season of this show has done that. Every single one has started with, "Oh, this is kind of interesting. What's happening here?" And then they always fumble because it's not good. This season, first episode is probably going to have a real like, "Ooh, what an interesting hook for this season. What's going to happen?" And then about a third of the way through the second episode, we're going to go, "Oh, right, I forgot they don't know what they're doing."
Yeah.
All right, I forgot that they are just kind of scrambling around and playing hot potato with this story.
Yeah. Remember the last scenes of like Star Trek Discovery where they're all going like, and everybody went on like shore leave, and everyone's so good friends together, and you're
such great friends.
Everybody's and they're like walking together, laughing, and like going like they're best friends, but you never see them like interact in the entire story. Like you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Like who are these
guys? The fuck is that guy?
Huh? Who? These guys? All right, okay, I guess. Yeah, I feel like we talked about this last time, but this trailer for me really says somebody's dying.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much like hugging in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
One of those feels like it's going to end up being the last hug before death hug.
Mm-hmm.
But who's it going to be? Could be any of them. Could be all of them. Maybe all of Discovery will sacrifice itself bravely to defend the galaxy to stop the evil Glorgnaks from getting the One Piece. Yeah,
Ben, insane theory.
Okay.
They jump back in time to stop Burnham from doing mutiny and starting the Klingon War.
No, I don't think they do
That
that.
would be that's a leap. This is me leaping. Faith.
Yeah, that's a bit too much. At most,
into...
I could see them going back in time to like right after Picard season 3, like the most current, and just being like, "Whoop, they're back."
Hello.
He's literally going to be the one who meets them. Is going to be like, "Hello there, my name is Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Welcome to the 24th century.
What did they say? Blood and
I'm
like
a flesh and blood
android. I turned off the timer
He's gonna
in
go.
my brain, and I'm invincible.
He's gonna. I told them actually I quite like being alive. If you could make me immortal, please turn it on. I actually decided I want to live forever and fuck hard. I want to not stop pounding pussy. No, he's gonna appear in front. It's gonna be a big white light behind him, and it's gonna be a silhouette, and then he's gonna come out, and he's gonna go, "Hello, Captain Burnham of the Discovery. My name is Captain Jean-Luc." And then before he can finish the Luke, Gray, the human Trill one, they're gonna go, "You're Jean-Luc Picard."
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My boyfriend had a body like yours. I mean, he didn't look like you. I mean, it is the android thing is, and he's gonna go. Oh, welcome to the 24th century.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My mother.
I need to update you guys on something. It's crucial to the plot.
Before we continue, I have to let you know my mother hung herself in the atrium. Or it'll be Riker. It's usually Riker that they use.
Yeah,
for
it
stuff
is
like that.
Riker, but I can't believe that like my mother hung herself is just a joke, right? It's funny. They made it so stupid. So it's supposed to be so tragic, but I can't take it seriously again.
It's such a shame we're at the end of the episode, because as soon as we start talking about this stuff, I can like feel the chemicals get released from my brain. I can like feel it flooding my body. Like, yes, keep talking about Star Trek Picard. Keep doing the Picard voice. Yes.
You secretly want it, don't you?
And I do, but it's like, well, I don't want to keep talking another half an hour about Picard when we've already got hours and hours of talking and joking.
I want a Star Trek movie. Give me a movie. I want to watch a Star Trek movie. Give it to anyone. I don't care. I just
give us
give it to anyone.
The worst part is that like after this season 5 of Discovery, I feel like we're not going to be getting a lot. We're going to maybe get like 1 or 2 more seasons of Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
And like maybe some more Lower Decks, but I feel like they're ramping up for a real like we're taking a break on this franchise because we are struggling to sell it.
I know what they need to do. They need to take all the lore they have and put in a wiki. And then try to get people to read it, or get the kids to read it. You know, that's how they sell it.
You can read 3 pages a day for free. Any more than that, you have to pay $5.
Jesus Christ!
You have to subscribe.
That's the guy that kills the company. That's his like. There was some guy like trying to save the franchise.
The last
and then,
exec in the door.
It says that, and everyone goes, "Yeah, we should do that." And he goes, and that's the guy, the marker, the black marker he had in his hand, drops onto the floor, and then he just walks out of the room.
Yeah, no, he comes up with that idea, he gets his big bonus for implementing it, and then leaves right as it's about to like go live, because he gets a job at like Disney, as an executive on like Marvel movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And he makes a shitload of money, and then the entirety of that franchise just like collapses around itself.
Exactly.
People are like, "You're charging me $5 a day to read about SETI Alpha 5?"
If I want to look up data on Picard, I have to pay $7. What the hell?
It's tiered too.
Yeah.
Like depending on how important the character is, the more you have to pay.
Pay $1 and you can find out that his mother hung herself in the atrium. Hung herself.
That's you know how like on the top of the wiki, like the top of the main part, there tends to be a quote of the character, and it's it's Jean-Luc Picard. My mother hung herself with low quotes.
It's like a picture of old Picard as well.
Yeah,
if you want to get any pictures of the younger Picard, you have to subscribe.
Mm-hmm. You have
My
to.
mother hung herself.
But don't worry, because like maybe in the future,
hung herself.
you're just saying it now.
My mother. Keep talking. My mother.
Don't worry, because we can soon the AI, video AI that generators, we can just type and generate Star Trek,
Picard season 4.
Picard season 4.
We'll just feed the whole script in and all of the episodes, and it'll know what it's doing.
Yeah, and then
Picard
we'll just...
season 4, Raffi, main character, 7 of 9, dies, episode 8.
Yeah. And then...
Elnor. Just Elnor.
Appears
I'm so
screen.
sad that they chickened out of Elnor in season 3.
I survived. I'm here. Oh, my beautiful boy Elnor. Okay, let me go to my own spin-off now.
My beautiful little Romulan boy with your knives.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see your face, I decide I will choose to live. I will.
You've taught me an important lesson.
Elnor, you've taught me the best lesson of all, is that it doesn't matter if my mother hung herself in the atrium. What matters is that I choose to live, as you say.
Yes.
Elnor, my friend. Come and meet my new friend, Michael Burnham.
Elnor in Discovery, Season 5, question mark?
Whoa, dude, that's crazy.
Explosion.
Oh, man. It's just like, if you're gonna be shit, man, at least, like, stick to it. Like, because they've tried so often to stop being bad, and it doesn't work. I feel like at this point you just need to be like, alright, fine, fuck it, we'll lean into it. More Elnor.
Yeah.
You people don't like Elnor? Sorry, here's more of him.
No.
Here's more of him. He dies a third time now.
You gotta bring
and
him
then
back.
gets brought back again.
Yeah, but that's what they're searching for the Dragon Balls in the Season 5 to bring back Elnor.
To bring back Elnor.
Yeah.
They get a message from Picard.
Yeah, please.
My friend, my son Elnor has died. If you're receiving this message in the future, please use your technology to bring him back. He's my best friend.
My son.
I mean, he's my second best friend. My first best friend was Data.
Yeah.
But luckily Data's alive again. So it's alright, don't worry about Data. I guess Data died at some point before Discovery, right? I guess.
Maybe he chose to die.
He chose to die. He decided the second time that he wanted to die.
Like he did. I can't believe it. When he
already
fucking
did it once, and then he came back, and then he decided that he was done. He'd lived long enough, and he died again. He decided to die. It's interesting whenever they think that a being like that would decide to die.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is really like viewing it from a human perspective. Because humans would get bored of living too long. We would like live for like 150 years, and we'd just be like, "Fuck this, man! I'm bored." Mm-hmm. Other creatures might be like, "This is chill." They might have had a brain that was like, "Yeah, I'll keep going."
Yeah,
fuck it.
It's no, don't you get it? Because he has.
They want it to be human.
From the scene. No, from the scene we saw. I'm Lore. When he's
I'm Lore.
So we know that Lore is also part of Data.
I almost want to be like, we should rewatch Star Trek Picard just so we can talk about it again. Just so we can like have a reason to actually talk about it. Because it's so bad, man.
I'm Lore.
I'm Lore.
And then that's the lore part was like, how about we die, brother?
Remember how in the very first episode there's that huge gigantic explosion that sends 90-year-old Patrick Stewart flying by like 50 meters, landing on hard concrete, and then he just wakes up on a sofa like, oh, what happened? What's going on?
He's a resilient old man, okay?
And then they're just like, oh, there was an accident, Picard. It's like, what happened to the girl?
Yeah.
It was like there was literally no other thing to do there except for be like, oh, he's in a simulation, he's in like a holodeck trick.
Mm-hmm.
No,
it
just happened.
That's what happened. Yeah, I also kind of I remember that. I was like, what happened? Yeah, you know what? Paramount is just waiting for the dementia to hit a little bit harder on Sir Patrick Stewart, and he'll sign away his look. Yeah. You know, his they're gonna 3D scan him, and then they can continuously make next seasons of Picard with a body double and his face, you know, on there. And it will be young Picard too.
They'll use like young Patrick Stewart. They'll digitally put his face on like a young guy.
Yeah. Excelsior, they'll Excelsior him like they did with fucking what is he called? The Marvel
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
Yeah. Well, that's enough talking about the shit we've talked about for hours and hours already.
Prediction: Disney's gonna buy Star Trek. No, just gonna throw it out there.
No. That's too much. That's too much overlap with Star Wars, I think.
Yeah. You think so? The crossover.
I don't think.
It's like when I watched the Primal fucking automatons, what are they called? Decepticons and Transformers. Transformers, the ones with the primal ones, the animal ones. Beast Wars. And it turns out it's a spoiler.
Beast Wars,
it's not a spoiler. It doesn't matter. The movie doesn't matter. It's a G.I. Joe crossover at the end. It turns out it's also G.I. Joe. So that's what they're going to happen. It's going to be Star Trek. And then in a galaxy far, far away, there is a federation where they all fuck, you know.
First of all, that's different because those are Hasbro properties.
No.
And also, they are still very different franchises. You know? They're not both about... If they were both about transforming robots, then but they're not. One's about super army guys, the other's about space robots.
I can't do any of the voices of any of the characters for Star Trek. But
Star Wars
from Star Wars,
Trek
I mean, and it will be like
overlap.
It will be like Obi-Wan Kenobi will be like, "Hello there" on this.
Hello there,
and he's
then
like,
Picard would be like,
"My
mother hung herself."
And he's like, "You are well. I feel a lot of midichlorians in your blood, Sir Patrick Stewart. I mean, Jean-Luc Picard. Do you want to become a Jedi?" And he's like, "I'm a blood and flesh android, and I'm a Jedi too."
Android, but I'll try my best. I'm a flesh and blood android, but I'll try my best. Maybe that's why you have so many midichlorians, Mr. Picard.
And then
I think that might be the case. I told them I don't want to be immortal, but I do want to have a lot of midichlorians. Oh, what a great world we're envisioning. If you would like to hear more of our great Star Trek riffs, please go into the past and watch our Star Trek Picard episodes.
Yeah.
And our Discovery episodes. I think they're funny.
Some of the best stuff we made.
If you just want more brand new Dead Ensigns, subscribe. Subscribe on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. If you go on YouTube, you can even leave a damn comment.
Yeah, and
we'll take if you don't feel like, we'll take it to heart. We take all of them to heart.
Yeah, we'll read them. Maybe you'll like
etch them into our soul.
You will insult us, and we'll go like, "Oh, it doesn't matter." We don't.
We're like, you know what? Fair play.
It doesn't matter. And then when I'm lying in bed, I'll see when I close my eyes, I'll see the words pop up. You know, hovering above me, as crushing my chest, preventing me from breathing. You know, and but I'll take it to heart. No,
I'll be real with you. I'll jack off to him. Whatever. I'm not like Max. I'm different. I won't really. Feel safe knowing that I won't do such an unspeakable thing to a comment of yours. But also, if you don't want to comment, you can leave an email, deadensigns@gmail.com. And, we're on Twitter, Twitch, etc. Thanks for listening. I've been Ben. This has been Max.
Yeah, that's me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's shorted out, sir. We're gonna have to phaser it.
Then what are you waiting for?
Right away, sir.
Faster would be better, Ensign.
I can't, sir. We don't want to...
That's enough.
But, sir...
Stand aside, Carlton. I'm going through. You're alive. Good.